Hi guys, so today we are going to be doing the Python if else loop functions. Okay, so let's get started. Like I was saying, we are past the all the deadlines. I've not probably a month I've not touched my project, but anyway, we're going to go through it and see how it is done. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing is we need to know how to define functions, right? And then how to use the string format, okay, how to program and pseudocode style or pycode style rather. Okay, I hope the noise is not much. Anyway, and then so you should man Python 3 as well. So all these things, blah 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 blah. So the quiz. So let's go through the quiz. So we have for I in range 2 to 10. Okay. So this particular for loop, right, is going to go from 2 to 9. It's not going to count the 10th one, right? 2 to 9, but this other 2 is telling it that it should go in 2 with the increment of 2. Okay, so it's going to go 2 and increment of 2 will go 4, increment of 2 will go 6, increment of 2 will go 8, and then increment of 2 will go 10, which 10 is the last number, so it's not going to print out that 10, so it's going to go 2, 4, 6, 8. That's what it's going to print as what I is, because we've told it to print I, and it should end with just a space, right? So by the time it prints I, it should get a space, print 4 space, 6 space, 8 space, and that's all. Okay, so so the next one, what do this line print? So we have this one: if true, print O button, else print school. So if true, it should print O button. So definitely it's just going to print O button, right? Because if true, it means it's just true. There's no condition, so it's true. Okay, so what do this line print? We have this one: a equals to 12, and said if a is greater than 2. Okay, sorry, please let me just give me 1 second. Let me turn off this fan. Okay, because it's making a hell out of noise. All right, good. So it says if a is greater than 2. Okay, so we have a is 12, which is greater than 2, right? So it's going to enter this place. If a modulus 2 equals to 0, a modulus 2 is 0, right? It's going to print O button, right? So it's going to print. So what do this line print for I in range 4? So this one will go from what? From 0 to 4, but it's not going to print 4th one. So I should print what I is, and then with space. So 0, 1, 2, 3, right? So what does this line print? We have a equals to 12, right? So a is less than 2. Is 12 less than 2? No. Is a just 12 modulus 2, right? Is it 0 or no? So 12 modulus 2 is 0, right? Yes, sorry. So it's going to print C is fun. So else print school. So because 12 divided by 2 is 6 remainder 0, that is why it's just going to print C is fun. Okay, so that's it. What does this line print? If 12 is equals to 4 divided by 4, 48 divided by 4 is 12, right? So 12 is equals to 12 and false. Okay, so if this and both has to be correct, right? So this one is correct, but this one is wrong. So it's not going to print this guy. It's just going to come to else, and it's going to print school. Okay. So for and you are using this. For or you are using or. Unlike in C, where and is the and sign, right? Or is the pipe, right? So what do this line print? We have if 12 equals to 48 divided by 3. Is 12 48 divided by 3? No, right? 48 divided by 3 will not give us 12, will it? No. So, or 12 is 12. 12 is 12 actually. So for all, 1 has to be correct. So because 1 is correct out of these two, so it's just going to print Alberton. So we have the next one. What does this line print? If 12 equals to 48 divided by 4, 48 divided by 4 is 12. 12 is 12, right? It should print Alberton, so it's just going to print Alberton. So what does this line print? For I in range 2 to 4, so it's going to go 2, 3, and it's not going to print 4. So it's just going to print 2, 3. Wait, I'm coming. Yeah, 2 and 3 really. It's not going to print 4, so 2, 3. Okay, and that will be all for this one. So let's do our first task. I've deleted it. So we are going to go to our ALX low level, create this directory. ALX high levels, rather. So we'll make directory and paste this guy, and we'll cd into this guy, right? Let us clear our screen. So the first thing we want to create is our readme. Sorry. Okay. So I'm using VI. Probably I'll be using a more of Emacs soon. So we have that. We can add it to our GitHub and git and call it the readme. So we have that there. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create our file and read what we are told to do and submit it. Okay, so it's not as hard as that. So let's just use VI for now. Okay, so what are we going to do? All right, so this one says that let's go up. The program will assign a random number to the variable number each time it is executed. So complete the source code to print whether the number stored in the variable is negative or positive. So let us see what program is given to us. So we have this, and we can copy the code using this copy symbol, copy raw file. I hope that's copied, and then let's paste it here. Okay, so it says our code here. Let me just double D, and I just deleted that line using the double D in command mode. Okay, so it says we have our shebang and telling that we want to use Python 3 to run this script, and then it has imported random. This is a function call or something like that, and then so that we can use this random function. This random function is defined in this random. Okay, so a variable is created called number. Random.rand8 is a function that would give us a random number between -10 to 10, and then so that random number will be saved here. So we want to print out what is the random number. Okay, so that's basically what we want to do here. And then we'll say you can find your source code here. Your variable number will be stored, will store value every time you run this program. It will store different value. You don't have to understand what import random means, random do. Okay, and don't touch it. The output of the program should be the number followed by, so it's going to be the number followed by, if the number is greater than 0, so we're just going to have all our stuff. If the number, so the output will be this, so we have like 3 if. Okay, we're going to have some if statement. If number is greater than 0, it should say it is positive. If the number is 0, is 0. If the number is less than 0, is negative, and then followed by a new line. Okay, print, if you use print to print, it has a new line defaultly. Okay, so we should know that. So what we'll do is we'll say if our number, which is that variable, is greater than is 0, we'll have to use our dots to make our indentation right, our semicolon. And then if number is greater than 0, you should print. So we have to use the string format to print, string format, or we could use fast string method, anyone we want. So for me, I like fast string method, but let's try fast string method anyway. Fast string method is fast and then the string. Okay, so what should we do? If it is greater than this, then we'll just say fast string method. You should print the number and you should say is positive. Okay, and that will be all. And what is the number? The number will be NUMBR. Sorry, it's supposed to be okay, and I think we'll be done like this. So we are out of the loop. So else, if the number is equal to 0, what should you do? You should print. Let's use our fast string method as well, and number and is 0, right? Okay, and then if not, else there's no condition. Else, it means once it is not greater than 0, and once it's not 0, it means it's less than 0. So we don't need to put if number is less than 0. You can also add it if you want. So at that point you'll be using else if. Okay, else will not have any condition to it. Okay, so we'll just print, and then we'll have our f, and then we'll have our number, and I will say it is negative. Okay, and I think with this we should be able to come up with something. So ls, I can change the mode. I can just say plus x 0 positive this, and then run it. Right, 1 is positive. Let's run it again. Minus this is negative, so it seems it's working somehow. So git add 0, and then we'll git commit it, and we'll say detect, sorry, detect if a number is positive or negative. Alright, and then git what? Git push. If a random number is positive or negative, push. Alright, so and then let's see if we are right. If we are not, we'll find solution to it. Okay, so that one is correct, and let's move to the next one. One last digit. All right, so let me close this guy, or one last digit. I think this is the source code for this one. All right, so it says this program will assign a random number to number, right? Complete the source code and print. So you find the source code here. This is the source code already, so if I click on it, it's going to take me there. It's going to store. You don't need to know this thing. So this line should not be changed. The output of the program, this is what we are interested in, the output of the program. So the string last digits of, okay, the last digit of, followed by the number of the number that will be generated, followed by the string is followed by the last digit of number, followed by if the last digit. So we are majorly interested in these three things as well, right? In these three things followed by a new line. So if the last digit is 5, if the last digit is 0, if the last digit is 6 and not 0. Okay, so we have 5 0 and it's less than 6, it's greater than 5, is 0. So it's 0 is less than 6 and not 0, so it's between 0 to 5. right? Like that. Is less than is greater than 5. So 7, 8, 6, 5, 7. So this one is 6 above. So it's less than 6 and not 0, and this one is 0. And then there's one thing is that this one didn't deal with negative numbers, so we have to consider negative numbers as well. Okay, so I think these are the things that we need to do. So the first thing is we would copy this guy, and then vi this, okay, and then we'll have our code. Don't forget, we've been given this one already, so we've copied it and then we'll paste it. All right, so our code here, and just do wd insert and go to a new line. There's a command to go to the new line. Let me know if you know it on the comment section. And that's that. So we need to get the last digit of number, and to get the last digit, we'll just find the modulus. We'll do the modulus, we'll do the number divided by 10, and then we'll be able to get what ends it. Okay, so we'll just say we can just say last digit, all right, is equal to the number. So we'll first convert it using the apps, and then number, okay, modulus 10. Okay, so the number generated here, modulus 10. So if it is 1000 divided by 10, modulus 10 will give us 0, right? Okay, so anything divided by 10, the remainder will be the last digit. So we have the last digit already. Okay, so the first thing we now need to do is we could just deal with the negative. Okay, so if the number, right, if number itself, right, this is not last digit, if number is 0, okay, if our number is 0, then if it's less than 0, rather, it means it is negative, right? So our last digit will now be a negative number. Okay, so that is done. And then we could have a function to hold our what's it called, our string. So we could have let's say the string, okay, the string is equals to, and the string will hold a string called the message here. Let's see. So we can last digit of, so the string followed by the last digit of, so the last digit of followed by the number is followed by last digit of number. So we are going to have a statement called, is going to be printed. So we have a statement called last digit of the number, right? Number will be here, is, and then the last digit will be here, right? So we use string format to do this one. So string and then dot format. You can use string format and you can use the f string method, but anyway, let's use string format. So this place will be number, and then this place would be last digit. I don't know if you get me. So the last digit of number is the last digit. So this is what will be printed out for us. Okay, so once we have that, the next thing is the if statement. Okay, so we just added that, okay, whenever the number is less than 0, you should add minus to it to deal with negative. Okay, and then we can just say if our last digit is greater than 5, these are the conditions that they said we should do, then we should print what? You can use the f string method. We should print what? So we just in here we'll print the string. So the string will undo the last digit of number is last digit. So you can, instead of the string, you can type this guy inside here and don't use this one. So I just make it simpler, and then you say and is greater than 5. Okay, so I think that's it. So we have the string, the last digit of followed by the number followed by the string is followed by last digit of number followed by, if the last digit is greater than 5, the string is greater than 5. Okay, the string is greater than 5. So the string last digit of followed by, so the output of the program should be, so last digit of, this is it here, last digit of 4205 is 5 and is less than 6. So for 5, let's see, last digit of this number is 7 and is greater than 5. Okay, like that. Okay, so the first one is and is greater than 5. Okay, so the last digit of this is this and is greater than 5. So you can use the output there to generate what is telling us. So we'll go else if the last digit is actually 0. So we'll just print, you can use the f string method as well, and then we'll have the string, and then this one in and is 0 according to what we have here, right there, the and is 0. Okay, so we can use that, and then the last one will then be else if last digit is now less than 6. So we'll print, you can use the f string method as well, and then we'll have the string, and is less than 6 and not 0. I think that should be it, and it's less than 6 and not 0. So with this, I think we have done something great. So let us try ls and sorry. So let's change the mode, add x to 1, and then let's execute 1. The last digit of 7 is 0 and is 0. The last digit is 6 and is greater than 5, right? Greater than 5 is 4 and is less than 6 and not 0. Okay, I think we are good now. So let us clear it and git add 1. Of the random number, so we can push it and then let's clear it. So let's try if this works. So I hope we don't miss some tests. So we have some issue to fix, so let us see details. Output for negative. The last digit of -8 is 8 and is greater than 5. Okay, last digit of -8 is -8. So we're supposed to have the minus. Yeah, but I think we did that. I don't know why this one is like this. Okay, vi1, I think we didn't do it for the minus. Okay, look at this guy. This place is supposed to be last digit. See, this is what I'm trying to avoid. Last digits. Okay, so let us repost and git add, git commit, git push. So let's try again. Okay, it has worked. Praise God. So let us go to the next one and continue. So write a program that prints the ASCII alphabet in lowercase and not followed by a new line. So it's going to print A, B, C to Z, and then a new line will not be printed. So we'll use the print function. You can only use print function. We'll end it with no new line. Okay. You can only use one loop in your code. You are not allowed to store character in a variable. You are not allowed to import modules. Okay. So we'll just do this. We'll create these two guy. All right. So we'll clear the screen. ls. So vi this guy 2, right, and then to print alphabets I. So we'll use our shebang in our user, in our binary. There's a program called Python 3 to execute this script. Okay, and then we'll have our for I in range, right? So I in range, ASCII value A to Z goes from 97 to 122, I guess. So it's not going to print the 123rd guy. So I believe that would end it. Sorry, I'm supposed to use double colon. So we are going to print out. Let's print out. Let's use our string format method. Okay, so I don't know if that's what is given to us that we should use. Okay, nothing was specified anyway, but let's use string format. String format is just string and then dot format, and then we'll have this. So string format method will have, what do we want to print here? We want to print our what should be here? Will anything be here? Let's see. I'm not sure. I'm coming. String format. Okay, yeah. So what will be there would be inside this place. Okay. So string format, and then we'll say we want to print our I, right? But we would convert it using the chr and then I. Okay, and comma chri and sorry, comma here. All right, so this string format is the bracket and chr bracket. So we are printing I. Okay, so I, and we are converting this 97 back to its character. Okay, we are using the chr to convert, and then at the end of each printing it should end with no space at all. Okay, end equals to no space. We can just put double colon like this and then no space. So that's what we are saying. So each time it's printing A, it won't put space, it will go to the next one, it won't put space till the end. Okay, so if we change the mode of these two, so add x and then 2, and then let's execute 2. So we have our A, B, C, D to Z, and then we have this back. So let us clear it and ls, and then let's git add 2 and git commit. A to Z with 1 for So with this, I think you should be able to do that one. So let us clear it and ls. Okay, good. So ls, and then we have our fourth one, which is the number 3, but we have to test it to see if it worked. Oh, it worked already. Alright, so this one says write a program that will print ASCII alphabet in lowercase and not followed by a new line. A B C D to Z. Print all letter except Q and E. So we are going to put everything. We are not going to print Q and E. You can only use print function with string format. So we said the print function should have string format. Yeah, it's been specified. You can only use one loop in your code. You are not allowed to store character, just like before. You're not allowed to use import. Okay, so the only difference is just the Q and E guy. Okay, so we could just use the same method, know which one is Q and E as well, right? E should be 97 plus 5, which is 98, 99, 100, 1, 98, 19. A will be 97, B will be 98, C will be 99, D will be 100, E will be 101, and then we'll get the rest as well. So Q and E. So Q would be 113, I guess, if I do my calculation right. So let's first, have I copied it? Let me see. Okay, good. So the first thing is my shebang, and then my user binary and Python 3. Okay, and then I'm going to do my for loop just like before for I in range, and then 97 to 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's going to go 97 to the 21 times, right? Or 26 times rather. Okay, so it's going to go to 26 times, right? So if I now say if I in, so now we're going to use this function. Okay, we're going to have a kind of what's it called, a kind of storage, right, to store for E if it is E and if it is 113. Okay, so we are saving this guy, that if it is this, you should just continue, you should not print it. Okay, you should continue rather, so that does not need indentation. And then if not, so this for loop would if it is this, if it is E or Q, right, it should continue and then it go back. But if it is not, it's going to come back down here and print our guy. So we are using the string method, so we'll say string dot format, and then we'll have this, and then we'll say what's it called, we should print out our I, but CHR, you have to convert to character now, I, and then come out, comma, and then end with no space. Okay, and I think with that we should have it. So if we change the mode, add x to the 3, and then we'll run the 3. So we have our A B C D, no E, F G H I J K L M O P, no Q, R S T U V W X Y Z. Alright, so I think we're good. So we git add the 3, git commit, so we should print A to Z without E and Q. Let's push it. Okay, so check the code and test it, and that should pay off. All right, good. So the next one now is where is it? programming. Okay, so the next one now is write a program that prints all numbers from 0 to 98 in decimal and in hexadecimal. So you should print all numbers from 0 to 98 in decimal and in hexadecimal. So we have the decimal and then hexadecimal. So you can only use print function with string format. You can only use so this one is quite simple because we'll be using an hexadecimal function kind of. Okay, you can only use one loop. You cannot store variables. All right, you cannot use import. All right, so it's going to print it from where? From 0 to 98. Good. So we're going to have that in that format. So we'll copy this guy and then we'll vi clear the screen. So we'll vi this guy and then we'll say our shebang in our user. Sorry, in user there's a file called binary, which is binary, and then there's a Python program in that. There's a folder called binary and there's a Python file there. All right, which is used to execute the script. So for I in 0 to 99, right, in range, because we want to go from 0 to 98, right? So we'll go from 0 to 99 because the 99th one will not be done. So that's 0 to 98. Okay, so we want to print out, and then we have to use string format. So string dot format, and then we'll have this. Okay, and then what do? We have to print. We want to print a number from 0, right, which is going to be our I, and then 0, and then we check equals to our hexadecimal as well, right? And then that hexadecimal will now be another I, but the hexadecimal. So we'll use the X to convert this guy, the second I, to hexadecimal, right? And I think that's just all, right? So let us try that. So we'll change the mode U plus X for 4, and then let us execute 4. Okay, so pad interpreter. So vi 4 user being, oh, my Python 3 is not well spelled, pyt. I don't know why I put H all the time. Alright, so let us try again. Okay, so we have that the hexadecimal has done its work. So alright, so let me just try something. I want to try something. I said you should run it and type it with less. Did it work? Oh, it worked. So I can just use Q to quit it, and then I'm back. Good. Alright, it worked. Okay, so what else? So someone commented on the dynamic that you can use spacebar to scroll to the next page by page on with less command, which I just tried now and it worked. It's something that I'm familiar with, but I just want to say, yeah, I like your contribution, and yeah, if you have more contribution, drop them on the comment section. Let people learn. Don't hoard your information and your knowledge. Anyway, so let's go. What else? So let's go to the next one. Though we have to test it if it worked. Have I pushed it? No, I'm not sure. So we'll git add 4 and it prints hexadecimal. So git commit and we'll call it print hexadecimal and decimal, and then we'll push it. So this guy we don't need to for now, and then let's check our code. Okay, good. So for this one, write a program that will print numbers from 0 to 99. Okay, so we're just going to have a range 0 to 100. That should do that. But the next thing is the numbers should be separated by commas, right, followed by a space. Okay, so we could use the end function to separate it by comma and space, one. But it said the number should be printed in ascending order. 2 digits have to be printed. The last number should be followed by a new line. You can only use no more than 2 print function with a string format. You can only use one loop in your code. You are not allowed to store numbers or strings in a variable. You are not allowed to import any modules. So we can't do all those things. You can only use one as well. So let's get started. So our result has to be something like this. So go to number 5, copy this guy, and then go here and then ls. Alright, so vi this guy and 5. Okay, and shebang user binary python 3. Alright, so we have our for first. For I in range 0 to 100, because we are going from this guy to 99, 0 to 99. Alright, so we have that first. Okay, so what are the instructions again? So at the end it should print a new line, right? So the first thing it will say for that one to happen, so when it gets to if I equals to 99, right, you should print 99 and then new line. So we just say print what's it called, string format. So string dot format, that's what we're told to use, and you should print what. So this place will be the 99, which is I, and then comma, just I, and I think that's it. It's just going to print it like that. Else it means it is either 0 to 98. All right, so at that point you're going to be using the end. So we're going to print, right, and then we're going to use the print function, and then string dot format, right, and then after that we'll end it with just no space. Okay, with no new line. Okay, so this one will not end it with new line, so we can add any other thing here. So we can add the comma and space here ourselves. Okay, so we'll say it's going to print out I, definitely, right? So the I is going to be here. So we are printing out our I first, right? But the I is in what? 2 decimal place. So to do 2 decimal place, like so say dot 02D, so in decimal but 2 numbers, right? And then at the end it's going to put comma and space. All right, so we are saying that you should print the number, comma and space, add 0 to it, right? So 0 plus probably 11 will give us just 11. So the first ones here will just be 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 2, like that, 0 9. This one's supposed to be 0 11, so 0 and 11 will just be 11, right? And then like that 25 26, and then the comma and space, we've added it manually. So you can add it here as well, comma and space. Okay, so you can just add it here as well. So let's just do this one. So let us run 5. So we have our 0 0 up to 99, and after 99 we have our space, and then let's play it. Git add git commit, and then this one we'll call it print 0 to 99 with 0 to D format. So I think this one is good, and then git push. Good. So clear the screen and ls. Alright, so that is that on that. Did I test it? Okay, I tested it. Sorry, I'm going through a lot. I can't even remember the last action I did. Alright, so that one is working now, and then let's go to the next one. So write a program that will print all how many questions is this thing? It's too much. To print all possible two different combinations of two numbers. These are two combinations, but we have some things just like in C. I think we're given something like this. Numbers must be separated by comma followed by a space. We have that. The two digits must be different, so 0 and 1 and 1 and 0 are considered the same combination of the two digits 0 and 1. Print only the smallest combination of them, so it's going to print 0 and 1, not 10. And the number should be printed in ascending order. The two digits, the last number should be followed by a new line. You can only use no more than 3 print functions. You can only use 2 loops. You're not allowed to store in variables. You're not allowed to import any modules. Alright, so let's get to this one. Okay, so we have our shebang, we have our binary, and then we have user, and then binary, and then Python. I hope I spelled it right. Okay, good. So now we have so many things to do, and then so we're taught to use 2 different guys. So we're gonna do the first guy. Look at this. What do you notice? We have 0, first one. It increased by 0, 1, 2, 3. The first one increased up to what? Up to 8, right? And the second one increased from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 4. So that one too increases up to kind of let's say 0 to 10, 0 to 10. Okay, so we'll do for first number, we'll do for second number, and then we'll see how it goes. So the first one will say for the first number in range. Range is not supposed to have, it's a function. Yeah, the first number in range, and then we'll have 0 to 10. We'll use our instructions to make sure it doesn't print that 10, that 9, right? But anyway, so let's see. We'll have for the second number as well. So this one will go 10 times. Okay, and then this one will go 10 times as well for second number. Okay, in range. And then this time around we'll say second number will start from what? 1. Okay, so we'll say first number plus 1 comma 10. Okay, so this is what we'll do here. So we are saying that 0 plus 1 is going to start from 1. The second number will start from 1. As you can see, this one starts from 0. The next one is starting from 1, right? Okay, and then we say if our first number is equal to 8 and second, please hold on. What do you want?
I want your water.
Sorry guys, hopefully I will remove this part. I had to attend to it. Alright, so second number is equal to 9. Okay, so we have, if our first number is 8 and second number is 9, we want it to do what? You should print, you should use the print function, right? You should print, we use the string format, don't forget string format, and it's going to print the two numbers beside each other. You should print first number, comma, second. Why is this person shouting? Second number. Okay, and that should be all for that. Okay, else, so I'm still gonna re-explain what I just did. Print, we're still using the string format method. Print still the 2, but add comma and space. So here we are just saying that you should not put comma and space, right? And we are using this print format, which means it's going to this one is the last part, right? So last part will not have end and no space and comma here. My light is off, so maybe I'll have to continue later, but anyway, let's continue. So we'll say this, and then we'll dot format, and then first, still the same thing, number, comma, second underscore number, and then come outside and end, right? And then equal to no space, right? So we've eliminated it. So we've done two ranges, and we said that it should print. So this one will come 10 times. Forget about this one. This if statement is just to break the end, right? So focus on this guy now, right? So this one is just for the end, this one, or let's just say this one. So these are the 3 major lines, right? So majorly we are saying that you've created these 2 loops, right? It's going to go from 0 to 10. Okay, so this first one will come 0, right? So 0 will be printed, and then when 0 is printed, it's now going to enter this second loop and run like, let's just say 10 times. Okay, so if you look at it here, 0 is for 0, when 0 is done, 0 is done, first number is printed, and then it is done 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 and this time, right? So what they now did is we add for the second one. Okay, the loop now increased by 1, which 0, this second number now 0 is done, so it wants to go this number of times, right? This number of times, the first loop wants to go this number of times. 0 will be printed 0 0 0 0 0 0, as you can see in the first number will be printed, which is going to be 0, right? It's going to be printed 0000000. So the second number now has now increased by 1, and it's going to increment. It's now going to go 0 1 0 2, like that, up to 9. So the second time, this one is 1, right? So 1, first number is increasing by 1, which is 2. So we have 2 so this one will go 2, and then it's going to increase to 3. So this place is now going, the second time this one will be 1, right? So it's going to be 1 plus 1, which is 2, right? Like that for 1. So the third time is going to be 2, and it's going to be 3 for the second number, because it's the first number plus 1, which is 3, and then it's increased like that till we get to the end. So I hope you get what I'm doing now. All right, so ch mode, you can just say plus x6. Let me even do ls-l and see what that l is doing. Okay, this one is x will be, if you just do plus x, it's going to add to everybody. All right, so okay, we can just execute it. So we have it like that. So we can git add it and git commit and say it should print 0 to 100 in distinct 0 to So with that, we can run our code and test it. Okay, good. So we're done with that, and let's go to the next one. Okay, I think this thing is kind of much. Right, so write a function that checks. So this one is now function declaration. The function would write a function that checks for lower character, and this is the prototype. So I think it's going to be tested with this guy, which prints a is lower, blah 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 blah. It's going to be tested now. So you don't need to understand how this import is being used. Okay, all right. Okay, so so we'll need this function. So we'll vi this guy, and then we'll say shebang binary, user being Python tell it should run the script, and then we have the function declaration for this guy. So this is a function that is going to return true if C is lower, or false otherwise. Okay, if C is lower. So we have a declaration like this. It accepts a parameter C, right? Okay, so if C, so we can use a function called ORD that converts it to number. So if C is greater than or equal to 97, right, and we are converting C to number, ORD, not the character. C is less than. So if majorly it's not C that we are doing for. We said write a function that check for lower character. So if return true if the character is lowercase, return false otherwise. So we want to check, and ABC to Z in lowercase start from 97 to what? 122. So anything exceeding that range, it means it's not a lower alphabet. So we are using ORLD to convert this C to number. So this ORLD will convert this guy, the character, maybe any character it receive here, maybe A, is going to convert it to 97. So if 97 is greater than equal to 97, right? Is correct, is equal to 97. Or, and this guy is less than or equal to 122. So we are in that range now. Okay, so at that point you should just return true or else. So you can put that. I love putting my return statement in bracket, though I'm not putting it now. You should return what? I can just put it in brackets to false. Okay, you should return false. I don't know if this should work. So we have this and we have to test it with a main. So we have our 7 now. So what we'll do now is 7 main.py. We'll copy all this guy and put it in 7 main.py and run that 7 main.py. Note that our is lower, which is this guy, has been called here. So it's going to look for it in our current directory and use it to know if it is lower or not lower. So we'll vi 7 main.py, okay, and then we'll paste it here and then we'll visit it. Note that if I list it now, okay, it hasn't run. So let me change the mode u plus x 7 main.py ls, and let's run 7 main.py. A is lower, H is upper, A is upper, 3 is upper because it's not a lower case, G is lower. So let us see if 3 is upper. 3 is actually upper here, so it means we are kind of correct. Okay, and let's do this. There's something I wanted. Yeah, this is what I wanted to say. Remember that it has created a patch py catch file for us. Okay, so if you have questions, let me know, and I will be happy to attend to you. So all we need to do is just add the 7 main.py. No, 7 is lower because that's the functions we created. Okay, git commit and then just detect the low character and then we push it. So I think that's it. And then okay, good. So to upper, so write a function that prints a string in upper followed by a new line. So we are going to print a string, a whole string in uppercase. So we might be given a lowercase and then so when they use this upper guy, it's converted to upper. All right, so we have a function declaration. You can only use 2 prints, you can only use 1 loop. You're not allowed to import, you're not to use string upper because string upper, you have to even use imports before you could use string upper, right? I don't know. Tips, yeah, you can use ORD. Okay, you can use ORD, and if you click on this ORD, let's see. But anyway, while that one is loading, you could just use this guy. So we are creating the function, and then a main py will be used to run the function, to test the function. Okay, so we'll vi this guy, right, and then we'll shebang user binary 3. So we'll copy the function name, or function declaration rather. So we'll have a string here and an uppercase which will convert it. Okay, so this guy. So how do we convert? Okay, if you look at what ORD does, where is it? I think it's here. I think it's down here. Here. Given a string represented one Unicode character, return an integer representing the Unicode point of the character. For example, ORDA returns integer 97 because it's what we've used, right? And ORDU blah 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 returns this. So we are just converting it to the number, right? So we'll just add numbers to it to convert it to the relative guy. We know the difference between the small letter and capital letter. So once it falls within a range of a small letter, we'll add what will increase it to its relative capital letter, and that's all. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do this, and then we'll say for, we'll iterator for I in string or iterator in str. Good. We'll create a temporary file and save whatever iterator is, the first character iterator. We'll save the iterator there. Okay, so it will go through the first string, pick out the first thing, put it in temporary, wants to go, and then it will go back and pick the second guy, right? And then we'll keep converting. So if our odd temp, that's the number of temp, is lowercase, how do we know? We'll say is less than or equal, is greater than or equal to 97, and because we want to make it a range of 97 to, we could even have a range 97 to 122, but let's just do it this way. And odd temp is less than equal to 122. Okay, sorry. Okay, so if ORD temp does gets what is in temp is a maybe small letter a or greater, or and is also probably z or lesser to 97, then so it has to be within both stuff, it has to meet both criteria. Okay, then we'll just say our temp will now be equals to what? Change it to character, but before that, open brackets, okay, and then odd. So iterator and temp, they are the same thing. At that point, use iterator. You can use temp as well. Okay, you could use temp as well. Okay, so odd temp will now be to convert to its relative capital letter, you minus 32 from it. Okay, so by the time you do this, and then at the end you print iterator. So we'll use the string format and string dot format. And what are we printing? You can use, you're printing temp rather, because temp is holding the new guy. All right, and then we will say comma, end with what? Is it ending with a new line? So it will print the string, it will keep printing the string, right? And at the end we will need a new line, so we can just use the second print function, an ordinary print will just print a new line. And then we won't put it this way. If we put it this way, at the end it's going to print, so we'll go back once more, as in, so it's going to finish this guy and then go back to where it's coming from to print everything. So when it is done with this for loop, outside of the for loop, then it will not print a new line. So that's the way we're gonna do it. So the next thing is, let's close this guy. We'll have to copy the 8 main.py function. So what we'll do is copy this guy yeah, 8 main py function. Okay, good. 8 upper, 8 main.py. Sorry, we have to change the mode. U plus x 8 main.py and run 8 main.py. Best code. I think we're good. Git add 8 upper because that's what we created, and then git commits and say convert lowercase to upper string, lowercase string to uppercase string to uppercase string, and then we push it. Okay, so we can test it now. Okay, so we are good with that, and then we'll go to the next one, which says there are only 3 colors, 10 digits and 7 notes. If that's what we do, blah blah blah. Write a function that prints the last digit of a number. We know modulus of 10 will give us the last digit of a number. Return the value of the last digit. You are not allowed to use this, right? So let's see. So when we have this digit, right, it prints last digit of 98 is 8, last digit of 0 is 0, last digit of 4 is 4. And then print R with last digit of R. So R is being passed this guy. So why is this 144? Let me see. 80. R is saving 4 now. Print R should just print 4. So I don't know why it's 44. Maybe I'm missing something out. Anyway, let's get to this guy. So I thought it should be 804. Alright, so let's copy. We're gonna copy our string guy, our nice string, this guy, and then we're gonna vi this. Okay, what is the function name? But before that, we're gonna have our shebang, and then our function, and then the interpreter of the script. So we have our shebang, and then our interpreter is in the user folder, the binary folder, and it's called Python 3. And then we'll define it, and then what do we do next? So define prints this guy. It's going to print last digits. Okay, so remember we used to deal with what when the number is less than 0. So if the number that is being passed is less than 0, it means it is negative. So we'll say that our number is now equals to minus number. We can put it in brackets. Okay, and then so we can outside, indentation, our last digits will now be what? Number modulus 10, which will give us our last digit, right? And then we'll just print out the number. We use the string format, papa dot format, the string format, and then we want to print our last digit, right? And then we'll end it with no line, and then are we returning anything? We'll return I'm not sure we are supposed to even print. We're just supposed to return last digit. Anyway, I'm not sure we're supposed to print, but at the end of the day it should return last. I'm not sure we're supposed to print, so you can try it without printing first, and it should just return last digits because that's what it needs. Okay. Yeah, because this guy will just make this guy be able to print it and then return something. So I'm not sure we're supposed to return. Since we're not returning, let me comment out this guy first. How do we comment? Should we use hash here? So let's try this and see if it works. 9min.py. So let's see, chmod plus x9 main.py, and let us run 9min.py. Okay, so this one only returned one to us. So let us vi the 9 print. So it prints, and let us remove this guy. So let's try the 9min.py 8044. Okay, I think we're supposed to print it then. Alright, so since that one is working, then we'll git add. Let us list it so we know what we're adding. So we'll git add 9 print last digits. Oh, sorry, my had has 3 Ds. Okay, and git commit print last digits. Push my commit. What's going on? Am I over pressing this, guys? And then git push. Alright, so let us test it. So this one is the simplest one. This function is function that I created without even researching them when I was in C, right? It was so simple. So write a function that had 2 integers and return the result. It's simple as ABC. So we'll just have 10r.py vi 10r.py, and then we'll insert our user binary and then Python 3. So the next thing is the function definition is define add a b. So then just copy it. They've even given you everything. Return the value of a plus b. So it's as simple as that. They've given us all the answer. So we'll just define it, and then we'll say you should return. You can put it in bracket if you want. A plus b. It's as simple as that, and then we can test it with our main guy, which is 10min.py, and then copy this guy and paste it there. So we could use emacs 10min.py, and then paste it. It's raining again. So you save it and then you exit it. integers. 10 main.py. Okay, so add 10 main.py and then we'll 10 main.py 398.98 398.98 398.98. Did I copy it twice? Or let's just cut 10 main.py. Oh, I copied it twice. Anyway, it won't affect what we're doing. Okay, so I'll just git add the 10, which one, 10 add, and git commit add to integers, and then git push. So clear it. It's raining, so it might be my voice might be low now, so just manage my voice for me. Okay, thank you. So we are done with that, and then so write a function that computes a to the power of b. So it's as simple as this. Something is very simple, and then we just say copy this guy, copy, vi this guy, and then shebang user binary, and then python 3. Okay, so I think the definition is define power and a comma b, and that's it. And this one is just going to return the power, and the power is just we can just say a times and then b, and then this will be the power. So as simple as that, and then we can copy our main. So just to define power a comma b, right? So 11 main.py. So we can copy this guy and say vi 11 main.py, paste it, and then chmod +x 11 main.py, and then run our 11 main.py. So we have 494 0.001 and -1024. I think we are correct. So we git add 11 power and git commit function that computes power of 2 integers, and then we can push it. Alright, so I think with this we are kind of good, and then we'll run our test on it. Okay, so we'll go to the next one, which is 12, and then where did this guy stop? Oh, we still have some advancements. Okay, so we have a C as well, 13. Okay, anyway, we'll continue, we'll do it. Okay, this one says write a function that prints the number from 1 to 100 separated by a space. Okay, so this is something we've done before. For multiple of 3 instead of number, and for multiple of 5 you should print space instead of number. Multiple of 5, that's if 5 can go in them, that's multiple of 5 will give us 0, you should print boss. For number which are multiple of both, you should print fuse boss. Define, the prototype should be define this, each element should be followed by a space. You are not allowed to import anything. This one is very simple, right? So you just copy this guy, and sorry, and copy, and then we clear our screen. ls vi this guy FizzBuzz. Okay, and then we will have our interpreter, which will be Python, and it's in our user and binary folder, and then it is Python 3. Okay, then we define the guy, which is defined FizzBuzz this guy. So we're going to use a for loop. We're going to use so many things, sorry. Okay, so we're going to use a for loop for I in range, and we'll have 0 to 101 because we're going from 0 to 100. 0, or is it from 1? Let me see. From 1 to 101. Alright, so we have that, and it's going to be simple. So we just say if, so we want to print is it in 2s or in 1? So it's just in 1, so it's very simple. Even if it's in 2s, we just put this as 02 dot d blah blah blah. What's this? What's opening? Why did he bring it out? No. Don't bring it out. Put it back in. No, we're not calling you. Alright. Okay, I think we're fine. So if our I modulus 3, that is, if it is a multiple of 3 equals to 0, right? Or let's say if it's a multiple of 3 and multiple of 5, and our I modulus 5 is not equal to, let's do this one first, not equal to 0, that is, if it can go in 3 alone, it cannot go in 5. Okay, then what should happen? Then it should just print, right, to use string format method, right? String format. So it should print, instead of, it should just print fizz, right? So if it is a multiple of 3, you should print what? Print fizz instead of mod number. So you should print fizz in that point, and then you should end it with no new line, because it's going to continue. So end equals to no new line. Alright, so else if I is a multiple of 5 equals to 0 and is not multiple of 3, am I correct? You should print balls, right? Print a string called buzz and a space, and end with nothing. Okay, else if it can go in both, if I modulus 5 equals to 0, I think this one is not equal to this assignment that I did here. Supposed to be equal to 0, and I modulus 3 is equal to, okay, not equal to just the 1, sorry, is equal to 0, right? You should then print FizzBuzz. And a space, and then comma, and with nothing. Okay, else you should just print the number, right? Else you should just, sorry, print I. So we're going to use the string format, which is going to be string, and then it's going to have our space as well, comma, sorry, dot format, string format method, and here we will say it should print our I and also end with nothing. Let me see how this guy goes. Is the other part here? Yeah, I think it ends here. So if not, we can just say if I equals to 100, you should just print a new line. You should print I and then print new line. Okay, if we need that, we'll just put it as well. Okay, so put it at the top. Put it at the top. So what else? I think we're good for now. So if we change the mode, add to 112 FizzBuzz.py. Okay, I think it's supposed to have a main. Sorry, it's just a function without a main. So let me chmod minus x for 12 ls clear. Do you have a main? Let's see. Yes, it does. So 12 main.py print. So this one has a new line printed already, so you don't need it. So I think we're correct. So vi 12 main.py, and then we paste this guy, and then we'll u plus x 12 main.py. We run our 12 main.py. So I think it's going well. So we git add 12 what? Once we git add 12 FizzBuzz, and then git commit message FizzBuzz, and just put that git push. Sorry, git push. Alright, so we have this. My battery is getting very low. So we have error. It's prone to have errors because Pycode validation. Okay, this error is still manageable. So it's just probably some extra space and put in the code vi 12 FizzBuzz. Okay. Let's see. And this one is correct. It looks correct though. If I equals to 0 and I minus 5 is not equals to 0, print freeze, and if I equals to this and I modulus 3 is not equals to this, print this. If I equals to this, and another. So where is the error? Let's see. Is there extra space? Is there a white space? Is there? I think these ones are correct. I don't know if, unlike C, where you can run Betty, I don't know if there's a command you can run on this yet. I'll check on it, and if you know it already, you can drop it on the comment section. Let's see what else. Let me use the setList command. There's no white space there. Let me see. Else if if else print this guy dot format I and print this boss and or is there extra space here? Yeah, it's correct. So where's the error? So where is the error? Where is the error, guy? Where is the error? Where is the error? Is there a white space here? No. So I can't find the error though. Let me see. Git add. Sure, please. Git connect. If there's any. Okay, we've not made any changes, so let me see. Ask for correction. Let's see. $9.35. Okay, I think that will help. Please, boss. Sorry, 12. Please, boss. $9.35. Oh, is it? Found you. Gotcha. 1 2 3 4 5. Git add for 5. Git commit and git push. Gotcha. Oh, great. So let's go to the next one, which is a kind of C, and this one is going to be long. And let's go to the end. So we have 4 tasks to go. So this one is pi, this one is pi, this one is pi. Okay, all these ones I think they are simple, just the C that is going to take our time a bit, but we should be able to overcome it. It's simple. So so we are using linked list now. Write a C function that inserts a number into a sorted singly linked list. Okay, so there's a linked list. So we are going to create a linked list insert node that is going to insert into a list. We are giving the double pointer to the head and then the insertion number, probably the position where it's going to be inserted. It's going to return the address of the new node or null if it fails. Okay, so we have a list.h. This is the struct for the singly linked list already. Okay, so a list will have a next, which is going to be a pointer and also a number, and then it already has a size that prints list size t, that's a unsigned integer that prints the list int. Okay, and then we have this one that adds nodes to the end, and then this one that frees a list, and then insert node. I think this is the last one which we'll be doing. So let's copy this guy. We'll create this guy first. We'll copy what's the name. We've created this one for us, insert node. So this is our insert node. Where is it? This is our insert node that's been put into our list.h. So we don't need to touch our list.h again. So So ls vi list dot h, maybe I think most times it's lists dot h. So paste this guy there. There is a single linked list integer points to the next node with that. So this is the linked list, right? These are functions that they will give us these three functions. So we have to create this fourth function that will insert node into this list. Okay, so that's what we want to do. So we'll do that, and at the end we have to push the list and one other one. So this is the function of the print list that is here. The print list. So this one is linked underscore list dot c. Linked list dot c. So you can copy this guy too. Okay, I think all the functions are here already. So we'll copy it. So the three functions are here. Vi linked lists.c. So the three functions are here. The free one, this one will free the list. Okay, this one would add a new node at the end of the list, and then this one would print the element of the single linked list. This one will help it print it. It will iterate through it and print it. Okay, so we have that. So we have the .c. So we have this. Okay, just one file, and then we have one .h as well. So that's that. So the next one is we have a main file, 13main.c, a main file, and then here is the file being compiled and run. So we have a main file, and if you look at the main file, what it does is check for the code. Okay, so we have add node function that adds a node 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, and then print list int is going to print the head, print f dash dash dash, insert node, insert 27. So 27 will be inserted, I think, here. So we are going to insert it because it is sorted. We have to go through it, and then at that particular number we have to put it there, in the sense that when they now do print list again and freed it, they printed the list abi. So when they printed it, you see that this was it before, and after the second time 27 has been added to it sortedly, right? So we want to print that, write a function that's going to insert a number at a position where it's supposed to be as in incrementally. Okay, so that's what we want to do. So 13main.c, right? I think we've not created that. 13main.c. So let me just make sure I've copied it again. Vi 13main.c. So vi. So this one will serve as our test file. Okay. Alright. So we don't need to betty them. The only one we need to betty is our two files, which is our list.h and our other file, which will be putting online, which are these two files, and 13insert.c. So let's create this file, insert number. So let me clear it. Let me betty list. Hey, my battery is low, so I might need to stop and then continue later. Alright, so bye bye. Okay, hi guys, we're back to, so my light is back, and let's continue from where we stopped. So we're doing the C task number, this one, and number 13. So we have to create a function, right? We have to create a C function that would insert into a sorted list, right? We insert a linked list. So I think we've created everything we need except 13 inserts.c. which is the last guy. So this guy will first cd into ALXI and then cd into OX01 and then LS. So I'm going to VI this guy. So okay, so now we're gonna to do this one. We can first we'll first include all our necessary header files. So insert mode, include standard io.h. I'm going to include standard library.h. I'm going to include the main function that has everything, which is lists.h, right? And then which one? Let's just include the system UniSTD .h, right? So the next thing is we're gonna have our commenting. So the function name is insert underscore node. So this one is to insert a number into a sorted list, and we're going to have the head, which is a linked list. That's the head to a linked list. We're going to have the number, which is going to be number to be inserted. And we're going to have the return value, which is going to be pointer to the new head after it has been inserted, and that will end it. So let's copy our prototype. So I'm going to go page up, and then page down. So these are prototype. So we have our insert node and head and number. Okay, so we'll have that, and then we'll paste it, remove this guy, and then our braces, and then that. So the first thing we're going to do is this is the head of the list that we have, which will be passed there, and then the number we want to insert into the list. So the first thing I'm going to create is we have our list, right? Int underscore t, right? So I'm going to create a current what's this guy called? Why is this name shouting? A current pointer, okay? And then I'll pass, if you can see, this is a double pointer to the head, so I'll pass head to it. Okay, so the head of this list, I'm passing it to a pointer called current because I don't want to touch the head. Okay, so current will now be serving as our head now. Okay, so I'll create two other what's it called, two other pointers, list int underscore t, and then I'll call this one the new one that we created when we insert, after we finish inserting, and then I will initialize it with null. Okay, and then we'll have our list int underscore t as well, and then I'll create another one which will be our temporary, so we'll need this guy as well, and then I will initialize it with null as well. Okay, so we are good. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check if the list exists at all. So if it doesn't exist, rather, Okay, so if it doesn't exist, if not head, that is, it doesn't exist. Since we want just one stuff, we don't need our curly braces, we can just return. So we should return null, and then we are done with that. Okay, let's just give it small space, and then we can just say our new now. Okay, our pointer is now, we'll say our new equals to, so allocate memory for the new struct we want to create. Say struct, the new list we want to create. So it's going to be size of what? What's the new list? List int underscore t. That's a struct, right? So, and then we'll end it with a semicolon. Alright, so we have that, and then we'll say if not new, right? That is, if it wasn't allocated successfully, right? It should return null. You should return null. And then this, our return, does it have space? I'm not sure it's supposed to have space. So I think it's okay like this. It's been long I did see. So so I think that's that. Let's just put space. I think there should be space. Can't remember anymore. Alright, so we've done this, and this will allocate memory for the new, because we want to insert in a list into it, a list to have both the pointer and a number, right? So we've allocated size for that. New is now having the capacity to hold all that. Okay, so after that we'll then initialize it. So we'll say new n, that is the number, right? We'll now be having whatever number is, which is probably 3 or 4 or anything, and then new list. So we are initializing them. New next, rather. So all this has been defined for us already in the what's it called, list.each. So this one will initialize it with null for now. Okay, and then we are good. So we've done this, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to check if the list, okay, so we want to check, let me show you what we want to do. So look at this list, we have 0, 1, 2. So if the number we want to insert is probably -1, you know it's going to be at the top. So if the number we want to insert is less than this guy, it means you should just put it at the top. So that's what we'll do. So we'll say if it is not head, that is, it is not head, it is not head, that is, it means that this guy is not there's nothing there. Or am I on the right spot? Or good. Or the head next, or head in, sorry, the number of the of the head, right, is greater than number. You could also say if or number is less than number of head, right? You could put this on here and put this on, just change the sign. Okay, so there's no one way to solve codes like this. There are numerous ways, you just need to know which one you want to use. So if that's the case, then our new next, okay, our new next will initialize it with, will now have the pointer to the head. Now it will now be the head, right? And then our and that's it, because our n is already initialized, okay, to number. So the next year will now be the head, okay, and that will be all. And then we can just return, should return the head, which is equals to new, okay, which is new. Okay, so that done. Else, what should you do? Else, come down here and say else. So we're almost done. We'll just say while. We'll have a while loop to iterate through the this place. I'm supposed to put semicolon. So else, so we're going to iterate through each guy. For example, iterate through 0. Let's say it is 6. Iterate, go like this, go like this, go like this until this one is greater than what n is. Then it will insert it here and then skip. Okay, so that's what we want to do. So say while, remember current is having our head. We don't want to tamper with the head. So while current, that is while we are in the right place, and current n, that's the real list. The number in the real list is less than number. Okay, as far as it is less than, it will keep going. And what should you do? While that, what should you do? Come here, and then we'll say temporary. Now this one we need temporary equals to current. So our current is now past temporary. Okay, so we'll say current will now be equals to current. We don't want to lose where by passing it here, we don't want to lose the first one, because current now is going to the next guy. That is, we are passing, since this one is still probably less than, right? So we'll move to this next one, current next, right? But we don't want to lose this guy, so we pass it to temporary. Temporary is now holding it, right? So this one is there. So current next. So current is now current next. Since current is now current next, so this current is now current next, and that current next number is still less than number, and then to continue. You understand? So that's that. And then we'll come down. So this one will get to where current n is less than number. So once n is greater than number, so current next, so this one will continue. Current next is current next greater than number. Once it's greater, it will come out of this loop, right? And at that point we want to insert. Okay, so since we are inserting at that point, we can just put space. We'll say temp. So at that point, our temporary next will equals to new. Okay, so it means that at that point, remember that we are giving it to temporary whenever we are coming. So once this one, so our temporary will be here at that point 3, right? So our temporary next will pass it to what new is, right? Which new is the number. And then remember that new next is null, so we'll now pass it new next will now have a value of what? Current, which is the address of the next one, of the present one of current. So if this is current, this is temporary, so we'll insert here and then put the address of the insertion. We'll put this current there. Okay, and remember head is still there. All right, so and then that will be that, and that is it. So if not, we'll at the end we can just return new, right? And I think with this we should be good. So let me Betty 13 insert. Okay, we are good. So we'll compile it and then run it. Page down, page up. So we'll use this guy. Okay, it worked. 0 1 2 3 98 0 1 2 3 27 98. I think it worked. So we hit add list dot h and 13 insert, and then we hit commit and say function dot insert a number to a sorted list, and then we'll push it. So we'll have that there. So let us check it. I hope it works. Okay, it works. Praise God. Hallelujah. So let's go to the next one. We're almost done. So this one says write a program that print the ASCII alphabet in reverse order, alternating lowercase and uppercase, Z in lowercase, Y in uppercase, not followed by any line. So we have to print Z, Y, X, W, everything backward, but one will be lower, one will be higher. So you can only use one print function, you can only use one loop in your code. You're not allowed to use this, you're not allowed to use that. Okay, so we have our 100 print, right? So we'll have that, and then our V8. So we're going to have our shebang user bin Python 3. So we are going to have for I in, we want to print A to Z, Z to A in range, right? So we'll have that first. We want to print Z too. So I can say in range from Z to A. So Z is, we can say ZIUCHR, that's character, and then I put the number of Z, or ORD, right, and I put Z like that. So it's going to go from Z to ORD to A. It's going to print from Z to A. Remember that it's not going to print A if I put A, but I can just say A and then I'll minus 1, telling it that I want it to get to A. So it's going to print from Z to A. So the next thing is I will now say comma. I want you to print them in lowercase, right? But I want to print Z. I don't want to print Y. So it's going to be skipping two times. So I will now put minus 2. Minus 2 in the sense that I want it to print in reverse, and I want it to be subtracting it by 2. Okay, minus 2, minus 2, minus 2. So if this one is, let's say this one is 100 normally, so it wants to print out 100, but because we've said minus 2, it's going to print 98 like that. It's going to print 100, and then the next one will be 98, and then the next one will be, so that is like in reverse mode. Okay, so we'll put colon here, and then we'll print. It's as simple as that. So print, and then we'll say we are using the string format dot format. Okay, string format. So the next thing is we are printing, we'll now be printing two numbers. I think that's what will help us. We'll print two numbers at the go, and then which is I first. We are printing I is, you can say we are printing the character representation now. Okay, because that one is using number, and now we want to print the number to character of I. Okay, so from I to what? So we want to print I. So this one will just print Z. After Z is going to print Z, Y, X, right? So it's supposed to print, yeah, Z, X, V, T, R. So we made two because we'll now make this one print it ourselves. So we'll print it like 2 times. We'll print Z 2 times, but this second Z we'll add a number to it to make it capital letter and -1 to make it Y. So in so doing, we are only printing these two ones, but at the same time we're printing it in 2s and minusing 1 to make it lesser, and then adding the uppercase value to make it upper. Okay, so I hope that explains it. So I'll say CHR, and then we're going to print I, right? I is going to print that same ZZ, right? So we want to minus what? If I minus 1, it's going to print Y. So, and if I plus minus 32 as well, it's going to increase it to uppercase. So instead of the -1 minus 30, 32 is minus 33. Okay, so I can just do like that, and then, and what else? Put comma, and at the end don't print new line. Okay, and I think we should be done like that. Do we have a testing guy? No. So chmod x 100 zy up to ba. So a is capital letter, so let us see. Good. So let us, we've not pushed it, so we'll git add 100, we'll git commit it and call it print alphabet inverse, and then push it. So let's start. Good. So the next one is write a function that creates a copy of the string, removing the character at the position n, not the Python way, the C array index. So we have to use the array index way. Okay, so you are not allowed to import blah blah blah. This is the function. Alright, declaration rather. So after this one, I think we have one more, and then we're done. So vi this. So we have our shebang, user bin, and Python 3. And then what else? We have our definition. We have our definition. Good. So what we're going to do is want to remove, this is a string, we want to remove a character from a particular index, right? So write a function that creates a copy of a string, removing the character at the position n. So at the particular position, right? So we have a new guy, which is the new string. We initialize it with nothing. Okay, so we have I2, we initialize it with 0. Okay, and then a for loop. So what is the character in str? For character in str, so this guy will be moving through each character in str. Okay, check it, but we have to check if that character is at a particular position n. So we'll skip that one and then print the rest. Okay, so to do that, we'll say if our I, which is 0, is not equal to n. Okay, if our I is not equal to n, I will explain this. So our new will now be, so we were saying that if as far as this 0 is not n, so if this one is not 0 now, it means we want to print that character. So we'll say our new is equal to, or our new plus equals to, so we'll be adding that guy to new, which is str at index 0. We started at 0 because we want to use the index. Okay, so we are going to add str at index 0 to new, to this new. Okay, so that's what we're doing. We'll add it. Okay, so and then we'll have to increase I now, right? And then we'll come out of the loop I plus plus, or I don't know if plus plus will work. I plus plus, okay, or I plus equals to 1. Okay, so I is now incremented, so it will come again. Since I is now 1, for is 1 not equal to this? If it is not, if it is, it will come back here and go to the next one. So we have to come out of this loop, and then at the end it should return the new. Okay, you could remove the bracket as well, and I think that's it, which is going to be the new string. Okay, so I don't know if I plus plus will work, but if it doesn't, that will find solution to it by just adding 1 ourselves. So 101 main.py, copy this guy, and vi 101 main.py, and then we'll paste this guy. Okay, so what do? We'll chmod u plus x 101 main.py, and then I'll run 101 main.py. So I plus plus is invalid, so we'll go into 101 remove. So, but why do you not say the C way if you know that I plus plus will move? So at this point I will be plus equals to 1, increment it by 1. Okay, so let us try it now. BBCCC, is this what we want to do? Nope. Let me VI again. VI 101 remove. Let's see what is wrong. Okay, our new, initialize it I equals to 0 for child string. If I not equals to n, new plus equals to string at index I, not 0, because this one will be changing. So it's working now. So that one will just keep repeating because I put index 0. Anyway, so the next thing is we git add it. So commit it and say remove character from a string at a particular index in Python, and then I'll push it. Alright, so good. So the last one is this one. So this is bytecode. Bytecode is very simple and it goes this way. We have our guy, we just interpret what the bytecode has done already and then we recode it. So copy it and come here. So vi this guy, and then we use our shebang user being Python 3. Okay, we are to interpret the write the Python function. So we have this that does exactly as the same as the Python bytecode. So this is the bytecode. We are supposed to mimic what that bytecode is doing. So it says that it will first load the A and B. Okay, it loads A and B and see if they are less than each other. Okay, and then it will jump to this place. If they are, then it should return C. Okay, so it's as simple as that. So we say if A is less than B, okay, it should return C. Good. So the next thing is, we don't need that. If C is greater than B, it should add A plus B, okay, as a return value. Okay, so else if C is greater than B. Okay, so else if C is greater than B, okay, it should return A plus B. And then multiply A and B and subtract C. So else it should return A plus B minus C. Okay, else it should return A times B rather minus C. See A times B, yeah, multiply, right? Multiply A times B minus C. Okay, and that is all for that. So git add 102 magic, git commit convert bytecode of Python to Python code, and then I will push it, and then I'm done. Okay, so let us check. You could also use else return. Okay, try else return A times B minus C, and let's see if that works as well. So that will be all for now, and I'll see you in the next one.